Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Azra Seza Sumatupang and my registration number is 0031 from class TPIB. Today, in this video, I would like to present an argumentative opinion about flood in Sumatra. In 2025, severe flood and landslide hit several regions in Sumatra, especially Aceh, North Sumatra, and West Sumatra. Nearly 1,000 people lost their life, hundreds of thousands were displaced, and economic losses were extremely high. Although heavy rainfall occurred, the disaster was not purely natural. Strong evidence showed that environment destruction played a major role in worsening the flood. However, I argue that these floods are not only caused by nature but also by human decision and government policies. Floods in Sumatra are not a surprise. What is surprising is that the government continued to act surprised. Argument 1. Flood as a result of policy failure. First, floods in Sumatra are not simply natural disaster, but the result of long-term policy decision. For decades, land and forest in Sumatra have been treated as economic commodity instead of ecological system that must be protected. Since the colonial plantation era until today, forests have been cleared, wetland drained, and water absorption area destroyed to priority development permit. After independence, this exploitative model was not corrected. Instead, it was expanded on a much larger scale. When policies priority permit over ecological balance, floods are not an unexpected event, but predictable consequences. Argument 2. Poor spatial planning and watershed management. Second, poor spatial planning has removed Sumatra natural flood protection. Upstream areas are open for mining, middle area for oil palm plantation, and downstream area for rapidly growing cities. This development pattern eliminates water absorption zones and narrow river channels. Even when environmental risks are already clear, development permits continue to be issued. When regulation can be negotiated, environment safety becomes something that can be sacrificed. As a result, floods continue to occur with increasingly severe impact. Argument 3. Climate change is not the root cause. Third, climate change does intensity rainfall, but is not the root cause of flooding in Sumatra. Extreme rain become dangerous because the land's ability to absorb water has been weakened by human decision. Storm and heavy rain are natural phenomena, but the level of destruction depends on how ecosystems are managed. When ecosystems are damaged, even normal rainfall can turn into a major disaster. Therefore, climate change should not be used to hide failure in environment governance. In conclusion, floods in Sumatra are not purely natural disasters, they reflect policy failure. Weak environment governance, poor spatial planning, and ineffective law enforcement. If environment protection continues to be treated as a secondary priority, floods will become more frequent and more destructive. Preventing future disasters must start with forest protection and watershed restoration and stronger enforcement of environmental laws. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.